Welcome to the F word. It's not rude, it's food.
On the menu tonight, I'm cooking a delicious seasonal three-course meal, and every dish is something you can cook at home. I face my toughest critic yet, my mum. She reckons her apple pudding is better than mine.
It's nice working together, Gordon.
Don't get used to it, because it's not happening again.
And the last time Joan Collins was in my restaurant, I threw her out. Time to bury the hatchet?
That's a very polite way of being a... Good evening. OK, Sarge. Anne's ready? Yes. Ronnie, you ready? Yes. Ready? For me, the most important table is the first.
Yes, sir.
That starts to tell you what kind of evening we're in for. And we're in for what evening?
A fabulous evening.
A fabulous evening. OK, 6 covers, table 15. 6 risotto, 6 monkfish, 6 dessert.
Yes, chef.
Thank you, let's go.
Yes,
right,
chef.
3 and 3, yes? Here we go. We're back in the F word restaurant, and between now and Christmas, each and every week, we're cooking for 60 special invited guests a delicious three-course dinner. This week's all about pumpkins and bonfire parties, and now that the clocks have gone back, it's all about warm, hearty, classy, comfort food. So for the start of this evening, I'm cooking the most amazing, delicious pumpkin risotto finished with wild rocket to give that really nice, peppery flavour. Risotto, how long? 30 seconds, yes? That means together 30 seconds, guys, yes? Yeah? So a lot of people are scared of cooking risotto at home, but, you know, it's an amazing dish to cook, and once you've cracked it, it's so versatile. Pumpkin.
We're using the pumpkin flesh in 2 ways. Firstly, to make a puree for the risotto to ensure we bring out the best flavour. But we also keep some of the pumpkin to one side. We dice it finely, and we'll add this to the dish later on to give it texture and bite. Make the puree by sweating down the roughly diced pumpkin in a little olive oil and butter. This evaporates the water in the pumpkin and intensifies the flavour.
Why not use a lid?
Good question. If I put a lid on that now, it's going to cause all the steam and water to go in there. I've left it
condensed.
I've left it
down.
vaporised around here, so the steam can come out. I don't want it watery. You put a lid on that now, you've just got a watery pumpkin.
Yeah.
Tin foil in the centre, keep the heat in, and puree's quicker. OK, good. Now, the pumpkin, we're going to puree now, yeah? So we're not going to drain it of its juices or anything stupid like that. All we're going to do now is take it off the stove and put it into a blender. If we do it now where it's nice and hot, it'll get nice and fine. If you left it to cool down...
Lumpy.
It'll go lumpy, exactly that. OK, 30 seconds, and then watch. A real nice, smooth...
Puree.
Pumpkin puree.
Sweat the onion in olive oil until lightly coloured. Add the risotto rice and cook for a couple of minutes. Then add stock until the grains start to swell.
First of all, stop. So, pumpkin puree. In. Mix it in. Now it's starting to boil. The rice is opening up, OK?
Yep.
And the most important thing is now we start seasoning it a little bit with parmesan.
Yep.
Yeah? Now we're putting our second level of pumpkin in.
Yep.
Our roasted pumpkin.
Yep.
Yeah? OK. Put our rocket in as well.
Yep.
OK. And now we're going to finish it with some butter. But we don't boil it with the butter in.
Okay.
We work the butter in.
Yes, chef.
Look at the rice. You can just see a little touch.
It's a bit bigger now.
Yeah, no, but see the centre? The centre of the rice, the grain is bright white. It's got a little bit of bite to it, yeah? Always look for that little white bit in the centre of the rice,
chef.
the grain.
Yep.
Yeah, when you can't see that, forget it.
Yep.
Bin it, OK?
Yes, chef.
Let's go. Now, when it goes on the plate, look, it should relax on there nicely. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's just check we've got even portions on there. Yeah, now, follow me with my hands. Plate, shake, in all the corners. There you go, nice and flat. Right, parmesan, follow me. On, and sprinkle it over. Nicely, open it up. Good. 2 or 3 little fried sage leaves on top. Don't snap them in half. And then, finally, your sage butter over the top. Over the top. Right, are you happy with that? Are you happy with that?
Yes.
You are, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, good. Table, please.
My commie's happy, but what about our diners?
The starter was actually, I've got to say, really nice once I got tucked into it, but I didn't like the smell of it. I thought it smelled a bit odd. I don't know whether I'll order it again, but I'm glad I had it.
Good colour, very bright yellow. Canary, I like that.
Brilliant, fantastic, really nice, really nice.
Hello, Mum. Glad you could make it. Good to see you.
Lovely.
Well,
Yeah, it was
yes.
very nice.
How was the
Very
risotto?
nice. Lovely.
Yeah?
Nice and light, nice, lovely flavour.
Yes?
Very
Good.
nice.
Not too salty?
No.
Pumpkin, this time of year, absolutely perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, you could make something like that quite easily, couldn't you?
Yes, I could,
Yeah?
yes.
I'm going to see you later for pudding.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not too sure whose, however. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a big night. As well as my mum, Joan Collins is back in my restaurant for the first time in 7 years. She'd come in with a food critic who'd really upset me, and I threw them both out.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How
are you?
I'm very on deep, thank you, darling.
Good.
Can I just say good to see you?
It's good to see you and congratulations on this place. Looks fabulous.
First of all, I've got something very important to say to you.
I wonder what that could be.
I'd just like to say a big apology.
Oh,
Because my mother, that dear lady sat over there, has never forgiven me on the back of me asking you to leave my restaurant. I just wanted to say sorry.
Well, it's
personally.
okay, Gordon. Listen, it's a long time ago. I don't bear grudges. But I think the media had a lot to do with blowing it up. They loved that story.
Sure.
I mean, it was in all the papers. The man who threw Joan Collins out of his
I know.
restaurant.
Can I just say you're welcome in all of my restaurants anytime you like.
Thank you.
Dying to ask you, what are your pet hates in restaurants? What do you loathe more?
I was at a restaurant the other night that shall be nameless, and every time the food came out, the chef would come out and announces the food and announces
please.
how it's made, and everybody has to stop talking, which, you know, I was in the middle of telling a rather amusing anecdote, I thought.
Yeah.
But that's one of my pet
Pet
hates.
hates.
I know.
Are you a fussy eater?
Because I don't eat that much, I really want everything that I eat to be really, really good.
No.
So therefore, if I order, you know, some chicken,
Yes.
and the chicken
Yeah.
is too hard,
Yeah.
I won't send it back, but I won't eat it.
Yeah, which is
I'll
an
have
insult
it.
to a chef. Clearly, there's something wrong with it. So that's a very polite way
Yes.
of being a bitch.
Oh, is it?
Well, just not eating it.
Gordon, I don't want to eat food that doesn't taste right to me
I
and
don't
get
blame you.
fat
No.
with eating
Oh,
something.
you're not
I'd rather go-
fat.
Thank you. I'm a little exhausted because I've been working very hard on football as wives.
I've heard.
Yes, which is a
heard.
hoot.
You're going to be doing any sort of saucy, sort of sexy scenes because A,
Oh,
you're bloody good at that. B,
Thank you.
You don't need to rehearse that. And something I'm getting really excited about.
I don't. Well, that's sort of ish, I could say. I think they've toned it down a bit, but it is still a bit. It's quite saucy. But I'm working a lot with Zoe Lucker, who plays Tanya Tucker,
Yes.
who's the bitch, and I'm a bitch.
You're not a
Surprise, surprise. So we are the two. We really are the two biggest bitches that you've ever seen.
Next on the menu, along with our main course of monkfish and mussels, my campaign to get women back in the kitchen goes full steam ahead.
Better than anything I've cooked ever.
52 days till Christmas and my turkeys are still gobbling. But for how long?
Ainsley, Delia, Nigella, Jamie, Anthony.
Where's Gary?
Welcome back to the F Word, the food show that puts its money where your mouth is. If you'd like to come and eat here, then check out the F Word website. Ronnie, I want monkfish in a pan, yeah? I'm not asking again, yeah? I want the monkfish in the pan now, yeah? Let's go. Time for the main course. Roasted monkfish in the most amazing mussel broth. Now, a touch of curry powder makes the combination warm, fragrant, and absolutely delicious. Here's how.
Monkfish.
It's quite a difficult fish to get right because there's a lot of water in monkfish.
Curry powder and salt.
And the salt starts to extract the water. So when we come to roasting it, it doesn't boil. We get a really nice colour on there.
Leave 5 minutes. Mussel broth. Thyme, bay leaves. Hot pan, mussels.
Get your lid ready in this hand. White wine in. Now, shake it. This turns the mussels around, almost like being put in a tumble dryer, so they cook evenly.
30 seconds.
And go. Look. That's gold dust.
Shell mussels.
Lovely, look at that. Look, beautiful.
Celery. Carrots. Leeks. Garlic. Saffron, salt, curry powder.
But the secret behind it is that really nice little pinch of saffron that gives it that little bit of lift.
Strain mussel juice. Reduce. Add mussels.
Bring it up to the boil.
100 mils double cream. Coriander. Back to the fish.
The water has come out.
Pat dry.
Amazing. Lovely colour. The fish is too hot to slice, so if I started slicing, all the goodness will run out of it. Leave it to sit in there for about 2 or 3 minutes so it relaxes. It's nice big chunky slices.
Monkfish with curried mussel broth. Done.
Never ever buy powdered saffron. It may colour the food, but it won't give it any flavour. That's the perfect saffron. Yellow tip, red tip, and a dark, rich, red, orangey. Great for flavour.
Helping me cook the main course is my kitchen brigade.
So, tonight, my brigade is Ronnie, the 6'4" model. Opposite Ronnie is the gorgeous Anne. She just come back from 2-week holiday, and God, did we miss her last week. Every chef has a right-hand man, Mark Sargent, again on the hot plate. And then, finally, our 2 commies, our trainees. Kerry's come all the way from Liverpool, and opposite Kerry, we've got Cam. Looks like you just come from a boy band.
Over the course of this series, I'm road testing 2 trainees each week in the F-word kitchen. We call them commies. The one that performs the best will get a job with me.
Cam and Kerry were 2 out of 1,000 individuals that applied to come in this kitchen.
I asked the 100 best to come to London and bring me their signature dish, something that showed me what they knew about food.
I haven't slept every night since I found out I was in because it means a lot. It's a personal goal.
My first job was to weed out the ones who are good on paper but crap on the plate.
Right, Elaine.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Now, what in the do we have here? That looks like a dog's dinner.
Thank you.
Yeah, where are the puppies?
They're at home.
Right.
It looks like you've cut someone's dick off, wrapped in a condom.
Be honest with me, they do look like dog bowls, don't they?
Oh, my God. OK.
OK. What I'm looking for here today is passion, enthusiasm, and understanding of ingredients.
Right.
And what happened there? I know it's called the F word, but when it's brown, it's cooked. When it's black, it's And there's a
Grilling
like
as
a
well.
pubic hair there. Can you just get rid of that?
Sorry,
Yeah. Look.
There we go.
Now. But look at them.
Can you smell that ammonia in there?
Yeah, there's a little bit there, isn't
That's
there?
rancid scallop.
Oh, right, I see.
You're on the verge of killing someone.
I wasn't trying to kill him, although that would have made the headlines. I would have become famous that way. The guy who saw off Gordon Ramsay.
I'm a vegan. I've been a vegan for 20 years.
You're a vegan?
Yes.
Me. How can you call yourself a chef if you don't cook fish or meat?
Well, I work in vegetarian restaurants.
And what is it?
This is curry tofu with tofu yogurt.
Sorry.
It wasn't just talent I was looking for, I wanted passion too. Stosey drove for 5 hours to get her dish to me.
Rice vinegar, wasabi. I hope you don't mind the kick.
That works. That's very good.
I'm speechless.
How are you?
Phil started off washing dishes in a Liverpool restaurant.
8-ounce duck breast, cooked off to pink.
Yep, well, you're 19 years of age. I know about a dozen 29-year-old chefs that can't cook that good.
Yeah.
To work in Gordon's restaurant, it would mean a lot. Be a massive honour. I'd get a lot of experience. Hopefully he can teach me everything he knows.
When I'm looking for new members of staff, I want to see that hunger. And you can see it at the back of their eyes. You know, you can really feel their sort of, ambition, their determination.
I want to be Gordon's protege because I know I can run that kitchen with him.
Kerry, just stand back 2 seconds. What in the have we got on?
I'm sorry.
Not even very well hung, are you?
It's done beautifully.
Okay, thank you.
And like I said, you can tell there's a lot of sort of care.
Yeah.
Because you're very precious in what you do.
Yeah.
The way you dress, the way you look.
Thanks very much.
And the fact you haven't got a bloody spot on your face pisses me off. Not a wrinkle, a dimple or anything. Are you sure you want to become a chef?
Yeah, I'd really like to be.
Are you mad? Getting through the interview process was the easy bit. Now the question for my commies is, will they stand the heat of the kitchen?
I want you to slow down. I'd rather you be slower and thorough than fast and scatty, OK? Because right now, you're making me feel nervous.
At the moment, I'm feeling stressed out.
Can we light this back stove, please, Ange? Good. And turn it round. Yeah, put it on this stove here, please. Now I want 6 in there, Ange. What's he doing? I can't speak any more plain English, but, I don't know what's going on at the moment. Mark, can you do it, please?
Yeah. No, put that pan in the oven. Yeah. Put that pan to wash and get 4 more in there.
The atmosphere in the kitchen is very hot, very stressful, but still enjoyable.
Spinach, please. Right, Kerry, come here. Kerry, I want you plating up. Ronnie? Yes, Gordon? I want 4 more away now. 4 more, Ange, 4 more away. Go to the furthest plate, please. Thank you. Good. Watch first. 2 nice bits of monkfish on top of the spinach. 1 nugget on top. 3, yes? Take your time. Don't panic. Stand still and go, please. Very nice, yeah? Well done. Go. 15. Slowly.
The sauce was really nice. It was a curry sauce, I understand, so you could kind of sense the spices in the sauce coming out of the fish. And it went nicely together with the mussels as well.
Put this on the menu because it's fantastic. And I'd have a little go at mucking about trying to get... I'll even have a look through some of the governor's books to see if there's a recipe for that, because I'd do that at a dinner party.
Manic. Right.
I bet you'd never, ever thought you'd see Joan Collins in one of my restaurants again, would you?
I never thought I'd see any woman in one of your restaurants again.
What do you mean?
You've upset them. He's upset them so much with this campaign to get women back in the kitchen. It's been in the papers in Australia and Korea.
Really?
Yeah, and all they care about, you thought they cared about, freedom from communism. No, what they care about is you and your evil campaign.
The message was, of course, was not only to get women back in the kitchen, but to sort of make it less of a chore, make them understand that, it can be pleasurable.
Cooking's easy, it's simple,
Cooking's easy,
it's not that
simple.
difficult.
I'm not trying to get women back in the kitchen that don't want to be there. I'm trying to, get women in the kitchen that are excited and interested in food, as opposed to sort of tiptoeing over it and investing in a ready-made meal.
The infamous survey which you had commissioned, one of the things wasn't it, was that the women who couldn't cook, 2/3 of them were regretted the fact they couldn't cook.
And also, they're not being taught it. No one's taught it in schools anymore. No one knows a basic thing like how to make a soup or anything like that. It's not it's off the curriculum. It's ridiculous.
So many women have actually missed out on the opportunity of learning, and that's the crisis. The ones that have sort of, I don't want to learn how to cook. I'm 21. Move the clock forward 10 years and they start to deeply regret the fact that they don't know how to cook and completely, and this is really honestly, petrified of the stove.
Jim and I had decided to get married, and so we'd invited our respective parents round to meet each other for the first time.
The one I remember was this big fish pie that's sort of become slightly legendary.
It was just fish slop is what it was. He needed a straw.
Well, it did have a sort of detrimental effect on her confidence in the kitchen, maybe. And, the fact that she's not cooked again in 9 years probably bears that out, I'd say.
Obviously, because I'm a doctor, I'm always pontificating to patients about the sorts of diets they should be eating.
She gives out a few lectures to her punters about, eat 5 bits of fruit and veg a day or whatever, and I've never seen a vegetable in her hands.
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Kitchen.
That is what I use
for
the whole time for my food. Sausages with mash.
Sausage with mash, and this is a ready-made meal. This is basic sausage and mash.
Yeah.
But the whole thing's full of ready-made meals.
Yeah.
But you're a GP.
I know.
Yeah, with a phenomenal reputation.
Yeah.
That gets to see patients each and every day that helps coming up with remedies to make them feel better and better about themselves. How can you do that with a freezer packed full of ready-made meals?
It's completely hypocritical, because I know what is in those meals is not great.
Most important thing now is not just about your confidence.
Yeah.
It's about doing something that you can easily put together.
Yeah.
Coq au vin. It's just like a really nice red wine sort of chicken casserole.
Excellent.
Very simple.
Great, that's what I need.
Today we're going to put some lardons, bacon.
What are lardons?
Bacon.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right,
that's
right.
like bits of bacon,
Okay.
onions, mushrooms. As it gets more and more into the winter, you can put swede in there, carrots in there, leeks in there. To serve with a coq au vin, just a really nice, straightforward, creamy mashed potato.
Lovely.
How many's coming round?
3 plus me and Jim, so 5.
5. So that's enough for 5, that size. All we've done now is seasoned the chicken
Yeah.
with salt and pepper,
Yeah.
lightly dusted it with flour.
Yeah.
And when we put the flour on there, it helps give it colour.
Yeah.
And it starts to thicken the casserole. Shake off excess flour
Okay.
and then just into your olive oil. The more colour,
Yeah.
the more flavour.
Yeah.
Good. And I want you to fry off
Okay.
the lardons. Good. Now, tablespoon of olive oil in there again. I want you to get your onions in there this time.
So they need to be chopped to those.
No, we're going to put them in whole, I think. Yeah? We don't mess around with chopping onions. Pan nice and hot.
Right.
OK? And mushrooms in, yes? Push towards you. I'm going to pull back. But wait. All I want to do now is place half of our mushrooms and bacon on the bottom. Chicken back into the casserole. And all I've got here is a cheap bottle of house wine.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because for cooking wine, you don't need to use expensive wine.
No.
So now we're bringing the heat back up.
Yeah.
I want you to pick off some of these thyme flowers
Yeah.
and just sprinkle them over there like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good. I add my hot water into the stock. Got the bay leaves in there. Turn the gas off. Lid on. Then I want it to go into the oven
Okay.
for 30, 35 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. Nice and low. And everything else is self-explanatory. Just to make sure it's not cooking too fast, cooking too slow.
Yeah.
And sort of, you know, treat it a bit like your patients.
Okay.
Yeah. Give them the prescription, and you want to know in a couple of
Yeah.
weeks' time how they're feeling.
Okay.
Feel the same way for your chicken.
Yeah.
Now, I imagine this is going to be pretty high, because it's the first time I've been close to a woman in a kitchen all afternoon that hasn't cooked for 10 years. Good news or bad news?
It's good news.
It's good news. Go on.
You've got a great blood pressure.
Any recommendations?
Eat plenty of fresh food and vegetables.
Oh, shit.
No
Listen.
pre-prepared crap, you know.
Yeah, stay away from the freezer, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Tonight, after 9 years, Helen's parents and in-laws are back to sample her cooking. Quick check. Final check. And then just get the spoon
Yeah.
and sort of push it back down underneath.
Okay. Right, so you ready for this? This is coq au vin with mashed potato.
Yeah. I can't believe it. I'm gobsmacked. I'm amazed. It's great. It's fantastic.
Happy with the chicken?
It's delicious. It's melting in the mouth. This is better than anything I've cooked ever.
Good night. Good night, darling. Well done. Mwah.
Thank you.
And next time I see you, I'll keep that blood pressure down.
Yeah, do.
Yes. Hello, doctor.
Hello, Gordon.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Check that pulse. Pulsating at a rate of 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh, calm down a bit.
Calm down, calm down. Yeah, I've heard that before. Jim, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good to see you. Nice to see you. OK, first and crucial question. Yep. Was I successful in conquering that phobia about cooking?
Resonating, yes.
Serious?
The very next day...
Truthfully? The
Absolutely.
very next day?
The very next day, we had 6 people round for dinner.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I made about, you know, half a ton.
Yep.
And it was all eaten.
How was it?
It was great. It was like a mixed grill with lots of vegetables and fish and some
Couscous.
couscous, yeah. It was delicious.
It was great, and I got a real buzz out of doing it.
Yeah.
And sitting Jim down,
Yeah.
pouring a glass of wine.
Fantastic.
you
I'm
know.
so happy. And have you any idea, over the last 10 days, I've been getting so much stick about getting women back in the kitchen.
I think that's rubbish, you know. I mean...
What, the stick or the campaign?
The stick.
The stick.
You know, I mean, I just think that over the last kind of 15, 20 years,
Yep.
Women have sort of been forgotten about the enjoyment they maybe can get from the kitchen. And whilst I've been doing this, and obviously I've been talking to people about it, loads of people have kind of come out as
Ready.
non-cookers,
Out
loads
the-
of women.
they've come out the
They
oven.
said to me, oh, God, Helen, I can't cook either.
I'm so happy. Congratulations. Promise me you won't stop.
I won't.
Yes?
I will.
Otherwise, this heartbeat, pulse is going to shoot back through
Yeah, I
the roof.
don't want that.
Because...
Cheers.
Right, next on the menu is pudding time, and would you believe my mum, yes, bless her cotton socks, actually still thinks that her apple pie is better than mine. We'll find out in a minute.
And Joan Collins gives me tips on looking young.
Big question. Do you think I need Botox? Welcome back to the F Word. Now, tonight, yes, my mum and I are actually going to go head-to-head with our apple puddings. And you know all about my campaign about getting women back in the kitchen. Well, the first woman I ever saw in the kitchen was my mum. And for some bizarre reason, yes, against my 21 years' experience in a professional kitchen, she still reckons that her apple pudding is better than mine.
Just a woman's thing.
A woman's thing? Well, I'm going to wish you good luck, because I think you're going to need it. How long is it going to take?
You only got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. I'll see you in the oven, right?
OK.
Good luck, and no spying.
We're both making apple puddings. Mine's a new twist on Eve's pudding. And for Mum, I'm not sure what she's doing, but it does have apples in it.
Now, Mum, what's it like being in my kitchen as opposed to yours?
Not much different.
No? Don't you think mine's a little bit cleaner?
No, it is not. Don't be so cheeky.
So there's no set recipe to yours then, right?
No. I used to make it at least once a week when you were a little boy.
Right. I'm actually doing an Eve's pudding, bit of a classic Eve's pudding. We're peeling these Braeburn apples. We're going to cut the apples into quarters and then actually caramelise them in a little bit of butter. Once they're caramelised in a bit of butter, got rid of the water out of the apple, we're going to sort of deglaze with some Calvados. Mum.
Yes?
How you doing?
I'm fine. Do you want your hand?
No.
Let's see what you're doing.
In there I've got my currants, yeah. Here I've got my apples. I've just peeled the apples. I'm going to take out the cores. Then I'm going to... Well, I don't want you looking at too much, yeah?
No.
No, well, otherwise, in case you start getting a little bit more...
Why have you done this and why is almonds there? Look, it's almonds.
Yeah, almonds. I'm going to put the almonds on top.
Do you know the traditional recipe for Eve's pudding hasn't got your fruit soaked in it and it hasn't got almonds?
No, what I'm trying to do, Mum, is a bit of a modern-day version, do you know what I mean? Huh? Not the kind of thing you'd take down the bingo hall.
There's nothing wrong with taking it down the bingo hall. Look.
What is
this
that?
Is an old Delia Smith's recipe of Eve's pudding.
Right, yes.
Delia doesn't put in a whole alcohol on her fruit.
No, OK.
And she doesn't use fruit, it's just apples and a sponge.
OK, well, normally Delia saves her alcohol for half-time.
Is that not too high?
No, it's not too high, Mum, that's fine.
The fire alarm will go off.
Dear, oh dear. It's nice to have you back in the kitchen again.
Yeah, it's nice working together, Gordon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't get used to it, because it's not happening again.
No, I know.
Yeah, all right, good. Right, tell me what you're doing in yours.
I'm just going to stew mine.
Pastry, you've put at the bottom of the dish. Will that work?
Of course it does.
Yeah, all right, I'm just asking. Don't get arsey. Dear, oh dear.
You don't have to swear.
Now.
Mum covers her apples with a meringue topping, while I cover mine with a light sponge mixture using flour, eggs, sugar, Calvados and the zest of a lemon. And we pour this mixture on top of the apples and bake in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. But before we put it in the oven, we get some almonds, some icing sugar, dust it, so as it starts to bake in the oven, it caramelises with this really nice almond texture on top. Right, Mum, how are you doing?
There you are, Mr. Ramsay.
Bring it over here, please.
Yes?
Next to mine. Do you know what, Mum? I've got a really good feeling about this one, you know that?
What, for me?
No, but for me, you know that, honestly.
I think for me.
Huh?
Look at the difference there.
And this is payback time for all that grey lamb you served me for those years. The moment of truth.
Yes.
Ladies first.
Thank you.
OK.
The proof is in the eating of the pudding.
OK, there you go. Good luck.
Good luck.
I think you're going to need it.
No, I think you'll need it.
OK.
Good. Right then, the chef's challenge. You were beaten last week.
Yep.
What about your mum?
Well, first of all, I don't like losing. You know I hate losing. You know how competitive I am. And a bit weird having your mum in the kitchen. That's where it all started from. That's the first woman I ever saw in a kitchen was her. So, a bit spooky, but however, you know, she's fine.
Leaving that aside,
yes.
How's Christmas dinner coming along?
Sadly, bit of bad news. Gary, recently, has been sick as a pat. So,
and Gary's the one with the funny little spiky hair?
That's the one with the sort of spiky hair that's constantly got his back up and always on the defence when Delia's having a poke. So... well,
let's hope he pulls through.
Let's hope he pulls through.
You getting the vet in?
Yeah, I'm going to get the vet in. Not just on the abscess on Gary's foot, but the speculation on bird flu. I just want to make sure, A, are we covered? B, what measures should we take to make sure they're not affected by that? Quite a worry.
Yeah, OK, we'll get up. OK.
And Meg, make sure Daddy makes me a cup of tea.
You're so lazy.
OK, let's go.
Thank you.
I want you guys cleaning it out, fresh water.
Really?
Yes? Well, of course we've got to help clean. Right, Jack and Holly, you get the water. Matilda, yeah, you start cleaning out this one in here, please, yes? I'll open the gate. Quick.
It's a very special Christmas for us this year. We've got the 6 turkeys. The children have responsibility of fattening them up for the Christmas table and really learning all about it and where our food comes from.
Ainsley, Delia, Nigella, Jamie, Anthony. Where's
Gary?
Gary's been unwell for the last couple of days and there's a problem with his foot, so I'm slightly concerned about it. I'm going to get hold of the vet and actually find out what the problem is.
Morning, Peter.
Morning.
Thank you for coming down.
That's fine. Pleasure.
Slight crisis on her hand. Gary's been limping, so he's been sort of coming in and out of the pen, but sort of hopping.
Can you pick him up for me? That be possible? This is an abscess here in the bottom of his foot.
Oh, really?
This is called bumblefoot. He's got an infection in the base of his foot here. I think at the moment it's probably worthwhile just keeping an eye on that because it may settle down on its own. And obviously these are food birds, so we don't want to load them with lots of antibiotic.
The other concern, of course, was avian flu.
Sure.
Should I be concerned about it?
I think we've got to be concerned, but here in this environment, the risks are quite low.
So the kids are in here 2 or 3 times a day. What's the sort of most important rule for them?
Well, the catchword here is biosecurity. The contamination for these birds is going to be from either from the wild or from you bringing contamination in. So it's very important, really, to have sets of Wellingtons for the children to wear that they just wear for in here.
Sure.
If you go out and you're out in an area where there's wildfowl, you could be walking through duck poo, and you could bring that contamination back in again. They need to wash their hands each time they've handled the birds. We're under the impression that droppings are the main threat.
Really?
And I think it's very important that you cover this area so that these birds are not having their area contaminated with bird droppings.
No. Thank you, Peter.
No problem.
Lily, this way down. Walk down, that's it. Not the world's greatest DIY. Will that take my weight?
He fall on one of them that already be dead before Christmas.
Hold this end down here, please, mate. Right, Holly.
Daddy, it's not coming.
Here you go.
Daddy, I can't hold it any longer.
OK, I'm just coming. Give me 2 seconds, OK? Quick. Hold on to it, Lily.
Jack, what are you doing?
Jack. Oh, shit. See, now they're covered up. We're keeping the turkeys out of the wet and bringing down the risk of any possible avian flu. Not bad. Let's keep the area nice and dry now, yes? Right, hey. Hands washed, wellies off, let's go. Hi, Peter.
Hello, Gordon.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Just like a bit of an update, really. Bit of bad news, Gary.
Well, the only thing we do, I had a look in this morning, and he is still lame, so we've put him on antibiotics.
Antibiotics?
Yeah, and he's going to be on those for a week.
How long will that stay in his system?
We have to leave 8 days clear, so you've got plenty of time.
Really?
Unfortunately, if he stays lame, we may have to say goodbye to him, I'm afraid.
What do you mean, say goodbye? Actually, kill him?
Yeah.
Poor Gary.
But we'll get him on antibiotics, and hopefully that will do the trick.
Peter, thank you.
All right.
Good to see you.
Take care.
Take care. OK. Wait. Nanda's mine. Now, again, I have to say, presentation-wise, yours looks nice, but doesn't blow me away. However...
Cooked in the middle? Yeah.
Is that cooked in the middle?
Yeah. No.
Oh, shit. No, it's not actually. All right, smart ass. 2 minutes, please. How did you know that wasn't cooked in the middle?
From my angle, you could see it sinking in the middle. Titanic.
While my sinking dessert finishes cooking, 3 blind tasters chosen from this evening's diners are waiting to pick a winner.
There we go. Thanks for waiting.
They both look lovely, don't they?
They do look nice.
But I think mine just looks a little bit better.
OK. Jean-Baptiste.
Wait.
Here we go. Yeah? Good luck.
Thank you.
Not bad, because...
This is pudding number 1.
Oh, that's very nice.
It tastes like, you know, brandy butter that you have with Christmas pudding. That's what it tastes like to me, actually.
Some of the pastry's a bit dry.
I don't usually like raisins, but I quite like these. I
It's
think
tasty.
because I can taste a bit of that.
All jokes apart, do you actually think you're going to win?
Yes, I do, yeah.
You do, yeah?
Yeah.
Pudding number 2.
Thank you.
Oh, it's completely different.
Very sweet.
Very, very sweet.
little bit too sweet for my taste, actually.
No, I think I much prefer this one, actually.
Okay, guys, it's time for results. So I'm going to start with you, Stephen.
Number 1 was my preference.
Okay, thank you.
Number 2 was my favourite.
And finally, Jacqueline, pudding number 1 or pudding number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1. Thank you, guys.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
And the winner is... Well done, Gordon.
Excellent. Jean-Baptiste. How can you do that to my mum? You French Frank.
I would have
if that was your mum there, I would have made her win.
I would have choose Ellen anyway.
That's fair.
Seriously.
Yeah, fair's fair.
I think Ellen, yours is better than Gordon anyway.
I'd never have won had you not taught me properly, you know that?
See,
So it is your fault.
That's the secret. Yeah, that's the secret. I knew there was something in it.
Mwah.
Hello.
I'm dying to ask you, do you cook at home?
Of course. Yes.
And what was the last meal you
absolutely.
cooked?
I cooked together with my husband Percy. Yeah, a roast chicken, loads of olive oil, loads of garlic, and loads of onions. And we have that just with some broccoli, or I like mushy peas.
And does Percy ever cook? Does
Yes, he cooks too. He loves to cook.
breakfast in bed, maybe?
Yeah, we do that. Yes.
I understand him totally because he's my age.
Yes.
So it must be a massive thing for him cooking a full English breakfast for you, going upstairs to the bedroom, and then you send the bacon back because it's not crispy enough.
Oh, no, we don't have bacon in bed.
No?
Breakfast in bed will usually be croissant or toast or orange juice and coffee. The only thing that I don't eat is junk food.
No.
I couldn't eat a hamburger or a hot dog.
No.
Or a, what are those things with holes in? A donut. I couldn't eat one of those to save my life.
You'd make a great female chef, you know that?
No, I
Balls
wouldn't.
of steel.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, no.
No, I would not. Because I can't stand, you know, when it gets really hot and all the pots and pans and all that thing.
But
I can't do that.
Pressure, you handle brilliantly.
Yeah,
and
but
you've
not
taken
that
pressure
kind of-
as healthy because you're still at it.
Yeah.
What would you suggest to get me looking sort of less craggy, less wrinkled? What would you...
I don't think you look craggy and wrinkled at all. I mean, you're what, 40?
38.
38, okay.
Do you think I need Botox?
I think Botox is poison. And I think that they have not yet discovered how seriously it can affect people.
If there was one thing that you would ask me to teach you in the kitchen, what would it be?
How to make a great omelette.
Ah.
Yes, I love
done it
omelettes, and
already.
they're very, very hard to make.
If you'd be so kind, I would love to show you how to make an omelette in 2 minutes downstairs. And I'd just
Okay.
love to show you something that you can turn around and say, yeah, hated little schmuck 7 years ago, however,
No, I
did
didn't
teach
hate
me.
you. Life's too short to hate.
Would you be so kind? I'd just show you an omelette and that would just, A, make my day, and B,
Okay, let's
it'll keep
go.
my mum happy
All right.
off my back.
Let's do it.
Thank you. I'm dying to
This
see
better
what you...
be good.
I'm dying to see what you think of...
Okay.
Just watch the stairs, darling.
All right. Why don't you go first?
There we go. And cooking an omelette is actually quite sort of straightforward. And I think the secret is to make sure we don't have too much colour.
Too much what?
Colour. So just sort of a little bit sort of light brown on the outside.
Okay, yeah, light brown, but I like it very, very soft inside.
Yes, a
very,
little bit runny.
very soft. Yeah, really runny.
Okay, great.
Hi, guys.
Let's come over here. Light that stove for me, please.
Hello.
This is Joan.
Hello.
Apron, please.
Hello.
Okay, darling, I'm just so I don't splash you.
Oh.
It's one of my things. There we go. Oh, la la. There we go, babe. And round.
How chic.
And that's it. Nice and I don't want to splash.
No,
Otherwise.
right.
There we are. Good. Right. Okay.
I want to see how you crack your eggs.
Eggs
Yeah.
on the side of the bowl, and just open up your hand.
See, if I did that, I'd just have a load of egg yolks in there.
Practice makes
I
perfect.
mean, egg shells.
Shells.
Yeah.
Open.
Yes.
And I'm just praying now I don't get any shell.
You want me to try? Yeah. See, I told
No, that's not bad. Look in there. That's not bad. There's no shell in there.
Oh, no, there's not. You're
There's no
right.
shell in there at all.
Okay.
Butter in.
You like to cook with butter rather than olive oil?
That's a nice way of doing an omelette, olive oil. You know that?
Yeah, I know.
In France, they always make their
I know.
omelettes with olive oil.
We always make our omelettes with olive oil.
But we're in London now, Joe, not
I
Paris.
know. Okay. I think olive oil is one of the healthiest things you can eat.
Absolutely.
Olive oil and garlic.
Can you pour my eggs in there, please, darling? Into the pan. Thank you. Use the spatula.
Ah, the spatula.
And
My
just,
God.
because what it does, it helps to clean the side of the pan.
What kind of a saucepan is this? It's an iron saucepan, right?
Yeah, it's just
or
a non...
skillet, as I
Yeah,
call it.
I haven't heard that word for ages. Salt,
delicious.
pepper,
Looks like
please.
scrambled eggs.
So far, so good.
No salt.
You're going to do it right now.
Not too much.
If I put it in too early, it turns the eggs a little bit grey.
Oh, really?
Little sprinkle of cheese for me.
A spoonful of cheese?
Just a spoonful of cheese, and just sprinkle it on there. Palette knife, please. This is the exciting part
Now,
for me.
why has it not turned into scrambled eggs?
Because I whisked it as we were cooking
Yeah.
it. And all I'm going to do now is just start to fold it, and hopefully it's not going to stick. 1.5 minutes.
Looks great.
Slightly runny.
Yeah,
In the
that's
centre.
how I like it.
I'll be
Slightly
over the moon. If you just give me A, a little taste, and B, a verdict.
That's really good. Really, you had just the right amount of cheese in there. Yeah.
Marks out of 10.
Oh, definitely 10.
10. And
10
is
out of
it as
10.
good as Percy's or better?
It's as good as.
As good as. I think you've been an absolute sweetheart. Thank you, darling.
It's been fun.
Next on the menu,
Service, please.
my mum teaches me a thing or two about serving desserts
This is easy peasy, isn't it? I don't know why you got all stressed out about it.
and how to get a 3-course meal for literally nothing.
It's a little bit bruised, but I mean, that's a banana.
Welcome back, just in time for pudding.
Round we go. Oh dear, how can you have that moment with your mum? Huh? OK. Oh, there's not enough string on the apron.
Oh, that's cheeky, isn't it? What's he like?
I love you. I'm joking, I'm joking. Take the portion like that, and just on top of the creme fraiche like that. But make sure you serve all that nice caramel. Something you didn't have in your Eve's pudding.
All right, Gordon, don't rub it in.
I know you don't like shouting, I know you don't like swearing. Yeah, but I want you to shout a nice, big, loud service for me.
Service, please.
No, it's not loud enough. No one heard you.
Service, please.
No, Mum, you got to say it, yeah? With a pair of sort of goonies. Service, please.
Service, please.
That's better. Thank you. Table?
5, please.
Table 5. Let's go. OK.
This is easy peasy, isn't it? I don't know why you got all stressed out about it.
My mum's happy, but are the diners?
It was the texture that I absolutely loved about it. It just was perfect for me.
I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I loved the texture. I thought the nuts on the top were gorgeous. It wasn't too sweet, but it was just very, very enjoyable, light and perfect to end the meal.
Right.
What do you think of dessert?
It was fantastic.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I'd love to have tasted your mum's, I must say.
Yeah, but you were happy for once?
Over the moon, yeah.
Would you have paid for it?
Of course not.
Of course not. Right, Giles, when you're not freeloading in restaurants, what else have you been eating this week?
When I'm not doing my job in restaurants, eating because I have to.
I'm glad the way you call that a job. What have you been doing?
This week I've been eating from dustbins. I've been living the life of a freegan. A freegan is a person
From a dustbin?
From a dustbin. A freegan is a person, you would say, rather like me, who never paid for their food. But they do it by going round the back door of restaurants, sandwich shops, supermarkets, and going through the rubbish, which is usually huge amounts of really good fresh food, which gets thrown away to serve the great capitalist beast. I'm terribly sorry to take you away from Gordon's delightful restaurant and bring you to this revolting, stinking rubbish heap. But there's food here too. A third of all the food that we produce in this country is thrown away and ends up in a place like this. Why do we throw so much food away?
Society is a lot more picky about quality. Supermarkets are very choosy. People won't buy apples when they're flawed, they're the wrong shape, the wrong size. So there's a lot of food waste being generated through grading. Perfectly decent food that just never makes it to the table.
One of the solutions is to intercept it between the bin and the landfill and eat it. And that's what freegans do. So I'm going to get one of these freegans to help me make a 3-course meal using food found in bins.
It all started, I think, when I was breeding pigs, and I realised then...
My God, you didn't eat what the pigs didn't want to eat.
No, I didn't eat what the pigs didn't want to eat. I used to collect waste food and give it to the pigs.
Right. Oh, OK, so...
And it was then that I realised just how much food was being thrown away every single day by every single outlet.
What kind of bins are we talking about?
So, right, what we have here is a bin of a typical central London supermarket, and inside, you can be pretty sure there'll be some food. OK, so what we have here is a lot of bananas.
We have a lot of bananas.
So, you know, it's perfectly good. It's what you'd expect to find on anyone's fruit table. I mean...
Look, that's packaged. But my hands are a bit dirty
Bananas have a nice...
It's a little bit bruised, but I mean... That's a banana. There's nothing wrong with that at all. See, that's the kind of thing you can eat straight from a bin, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, I suppose so, yeah.
So look, Tristram, the point is that with these bins have not been that promising. It's not been a particularly good time. I've got this box that I want to fill. And do you think there's any chance that we could we go somewhere else to some slightly more upscale bins? I really fancy like a chocolate cheesecake.
Someone's been here already and left all the bags open.
Do you shop every day for it, or do you bring it home and put it in the fridge?
Well, same as you. I go shopping every few days, only instead of going shopping, I get it out of a bin and I'll take it home and I'll do just what you do. I think you've caught a dud there, Giles. Yeah. I think that's a rub.
Caught a dud. It takes a certain amount of expertise. Apparently up here there's a place which always leaves loads of really fine food out, so we're going hunting. My God, look at that.
Sack. Extraordinary. Absolutely full. We've got buns, we've got sandwiches, we've got cheese.
So my three-course meal, let's start off with a possible salad then. As a starter, that would go.
Starter. Avocado and mozzarella salad.
Quite nice-looking mozzarella.
Okay, tuna, is that any good for you? I mean, this is...
I don't know if it was line-caught dolphin friendly, so I won't touch it.
If you're going to kill an animal, to put it onto a food shelf, the very least you can do is eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's some respect.
It's what Flipper would have wanted. So after not very long rummaging with my newfound freegan friend, I have assembled not just a meal, but a banquet fit for a king. Wasn't able to find a table, so having a nice picnic on the grass. And I'm going to start my meal with a spot of sushi. I'm going to have a little bit of free soy sauce. The top bits came free. Okay, next up we've got some salad, a bit of balsamic vinegar and cheap olive oil. That's perfectly decent. I've had worse in many a high street chain brasserie, for which I probably paid 7 or 8 quid plus service. There's very little service here, you don't have to tip the dustman. Oh, it's pasta under there, very exciting. This is a pasta and cheese salad with an unidentified brown thing, but you always get unidentified brown things, even in Gordon Ramsay restaurants. You're watching the nation's foremost restaurant critic eating rubbish he's found in bags that's sitting on the floor in a city park. No stronger message could be given about the waste that is being thrown.
That Giles Coran will do absolutely anything for a free dinner. Tight bastard.
Next week on The F Word, roasted loin of venison in a chocolate and red wine sauce. And I try the rare delicacy, gannet. I can't believe I'm actually going to eat something that looks like a dirty pair of pants.
Christ almighty. It's like something out of an alien film. Yep.
And more news on Gary. Will he make it till Christmas?
If the medicine doesn't work...
Yeah, he'll be dead before Christmas.
Well, yeah, we're going to have to bury him. Thanks for joining me in the F Word restaurant. See you next week. Joan Collins. Good evening.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Nice, thank you.
How was dinner? Yeah, favourite course?
The monkfish.
Monkfish. Yeah. Were you happy?
Yeah.
Because you look like a tough man to please. Yeah. Favourite course?
Fish.
Maine. Monkfish.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yes?
Yeah.
You especially. And you especially. And you. If it's going to plan and it's working brilliantly, take the dessert to bed.
Okay.